Hello, this is going to be a video for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome, welcome. And happy birthday to all the Gemini suns out there who celebrated their birthday this month. As you watch this video, the sun is in Cancer now, and you've had your birthdays. I hope they were great. I know it's not always fun celebrating your birthday in quarantine. So we do have the Lovers card here, and we're going to just discuss in this video some of the things that took place in June, some of the heavier messages and lessons that you guys might be going through. Okay, whatever comes up, we're going to start with this Lovers card because this is your beautiful tarot card, Gemini. So let's take a quick look here before we shuffle, just to see what the what the vibration is. So I can tell that the Gemini vibration is a bit of a tedious one in June, specifically the first half of June, because that was your birthday. We do have a Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde in June, but thank goodness Venus is out of retrograde today. So crazy that I would decide to record your video. Maybe I couldn't record your video until Venus went direct or something, Gemini. I just go with the energy. I just wanted to tell you guys a little side note that there's a lot going on in your first house. There was a new moon not too long ago. There was a full moon at the very beginning of June in Sagittarius. Huge moon for you guys. Be on the lookout for the full moon in Sagittarius message. That's all about relationships for you guys, especially Gemini rising. But yeah, I was trying to connect with you guys, and I almost gave up and was going to do it tomorrow, but I got to get these videos out as soon as possible, and luckily I was able to connect with you guys at last minute. So there's just something here, tedious energy. It's not for the weak, for sure. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So there's something here that you're focusing on, Gemini. There might be a relationship specifically. There might be a choice that you're focused on in June, or that you were focused on for the majority of June. June 7th might have been important. And this focus has something to do with what you're waiting on. You're waiting for something to come to fruition. You know, the last 6 months is a very important cycle for you, Gemini. 6 months ago, there was a new moon in Sagittarius. So this cycle of the last 6 months, there was something that grown. It might have been in regards to a career, home environment, financial fulfillment, excuse my voice. You're waiting on something in a home environment, a family situation. Maybe you're waiting on money or a job. There's something you've invested a lot in to build. Now, it's interesting, we have two different cards that predict a home environment. So I'm going to say home is really important specifically, and then most importantly at the end of June when we go into Cancer season, because there's something here that would really, really fulfill you emotionally. It could be a person, place, or thing. All of you are different. This is a general reading. But you can see in the yellow here, this is happiness. There's something here surrounding a home environment commitment. This could be a proposal, a wedding, the 4th of July. But yeah, this is very, very a home celebration. I see some of you had a home celebration. Maybe this was your birthday celebration. Maybe you received a gift or something. But I'm seeing, yeah, there's also something here about saving your money, $400 here. There's a comfort zone here. We have 2 4s. So there's a home environment you're hanging on to, or a commitment that you're hanging on to, a financial commitment perhaps, or just a resource that you value a lot. You don't want to let it go because it's very fulfilling. This could be a person. I don't know if some of you have 2 homes out there, or if you just feel 2 different ways. Big shocker there, right, Gemini? There's a lot of options though. It's all about the ones that you're guarding because they make you happy. These are the options that light is being shined on. This is the confusion taking place before Leo season comes in. So you may have to let go of a home environment in order to get one that actually fulfills you, Gemini. But the main message for you all is what you focused on in June. June was all about waiting for something to grow, which can be kind of tedious. Like I mentioned, it can be kind of, especially if you're waiting on something, waiting on a bag, waiting on the future, waiting on timing, waiting on the right amount of money to make some kind of choice, okay? So yeah, 7 of Pentacles, guys. You want to ask yourself what it is that you focused on in June, what it is that you're waiting to reap the harvest of, okay? But something's getting all your attention. So this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for June 2020. Show me what's going on. How did Gemini enter June? And this is like kind of falling in the conflict position if you didn't see that. Yeah, here's that confusion. Okay, we got the 7 of Cups. So there's a need to make a choice. Alright, maybe this involves a Taurus. Maybe this involves commitment. Maybe you need advice. This is the dream state, the subconscious. Pisces energy sometimes, to me, Cancer, Scorpio as well. You need to commit to, you came into June with a lot of options. Okay, your birthday season for you Gemini suns out there, for the risings and the moons, you guys felt this. Okay, a lot of options, a lot of confusion. This is like making a choice in the dark. You can't sit here and sip from each of these cups and see how they're all going to make you feel, especially as you enter June. So you had to commit to something. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. This might be different options you have for commitment, not just romantic commitment and love commitment, but job commitments, emotional commitments, time commitments, projects. You got a lot ahead of you here. So June might have very well been about committing to options, but, you know, weighing out the scale. One of your options might involve a Taurus energy in some way. So what else do we have for Gemini for June? The Five of Swords wants to come out. So this has caused you a bit of conflict, didn't it? I don't like necessarily getting the Five of Swords for a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, because it tells me that you're directly involved in this in some way. Mental conflict with all these options. Options that are some that you choose. You might have chose some options in June that caused arguments other people might not have approved. Who cares? But this is you, this came up for you in the new moon. So I know there was, this month was not about what you said for once, Gemini. It's about what you didn't say. This is the putting down your sword. There's certain options you're not willing to fight for anymore. You're not willing to be an option for someone else. Because we got new sparks here, okay? So if you're cross-watching for a Gemini or whoever's listening, there was a lack of communication at the beginning of June because someone had more options in a situation, whether it's relationships, jobs, if someone was overwhelmed and confused emotionally with options. They didn't know how they felt. So they stopped fighting for certain things because they were overwhelmed. Makes sense, you know? There's a lot of thoughts and emotions here. Someone was left with confusion, but also there was a decision here. Maybe there was a breakup with the Three of Swords held in this guy's hand, but there's someone in the situation that, you know, you can't really win in a conversation with. So this is like literally choosing your battles wisely. Take an L if you need to, because listen, like I was saying, if someone stopped communicating at the beginning of June, it's because they had options, period, and there was new sparks. This could be a sexual encounter. Behind the Ace of Wands is the Six of Cups. So there is a spark from the past. I don't know if this is sexual encounter from the past or because this is a soulmate. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio doesn't have to be though. This is memories. Okay, sexual memories, a new spark from the past, or a soulmate, right? Yeah, this was a message. This happened really quickly with the Eight of Wands. I don't know if you traveled somewhere to your childhood or something like that. That was significant. But there's a soulmate, passionate connection, new beginning here to mention. In the midst of all these arguments and options at the beginning of June. Give me more for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we have the Four of Cups, missed opportunities, boredom. If there's anything worse than arguing, because this is an argument if I haven't mentioned this, I definitely think there was arguments that Gemini experienced. I mean, come on, Gemini season is an argumentative energy if you don't take that the wrong way. There's two different truths, almost like Libra, argumentative. You know, Pisces to a certain extent can be argumentative as well. It doesn't have to be argumentative, it's mental conflict. And the thing with Gemini season, especially when Mercury retrogrades and stuff, you know, you just got to be careful what you say, and other people may need to hear that about you. Like something might have been said, or you might have held your tongue or something like that at the beginning of June. Maybe this resulted, I mean, what I was going to say though, there's a lot of unfinished thoughts. Gemini, you know the vibe. Unfinished thoughts, having two thoughts at once, finishing your thought with a completely different thought. I'm feeling that too. I'm a mutable sign too, by the way. But yeah, like if there's anything worse than being overwhelmed emotionally and confused and arguing, it's being bored. It's like, I don't know if there's a place that you go sit and think or something like that, but you're contemplating a lot here about maybe, I feel like this can go one of two ways or a few different ways. Like Gemini or whoever's watching, put yourself where it resonates because it's general, okay? So you got to really just vibe with this, and if you don't, you don't. But I see a person amongst this situation. I think it's the same person. Someone's heartbroken here with the red and the green. You can see that. Because then there's this person wearing red and green here. So basically, there was like, I don't know if there's two other people to mention here. Because there's three people in this card. Could be third parties, breakups, stuff like that. You might have missed an opportunity because of conflict or because of an argument. You're like, kind of energy where you're confused and there's conflict and you're arguing, so you just don't want to go, or you don't answer the phone, or you don't text back because you got an argument with someone or something at the beginning of June, something like that. The person who's heartbroken or feels betrayed or who isn't talking anymore, or the person you're not talking to, whatever, they're sitting under a tree metaphorically, and they're not really sure if they're open for any new beginnings because they're really stuck on the third party. They're really contemplating on something already. They're bored, they're unsatisfied. They know exactly what they want, and it's not what's coming in, at least at the beginning of June. So maybe someone stayed single. There is a single energy to talk about here, and plus we have all minor arcana, very minor. This to me, what we have on the table is the first couple weeks of June. We're going to go into the second half of June now. Your birthday season, yeah, I hate to see this, but there was a lot that you didn't have clarity about, especially the first few days of June. Like, there might have even been an argument that confused you, or you were so overwhelmed emotionally that it triggered an argument. Someone was ornery, headaches, that kind of thing. But I don't see clarity. There's clouds in both these cards. Okay, and it's like, I don't know. Coming into the second half of June, we get into Cancer season, the emotion comes in. You don't know if you're available emotionally to even feel right now. You're too mentally conflicted and emotionally overwhelmed. So there's this energy of you kind of just being independent, single energy, self-sufficient if you're not single. Abundant finances look great, and we have no fire here. We have water, air, and earth, but no fire. So remember, we had that Ace of Wands though, so there's obviously the need to, like, someone's bored here. They want a new spark. They want sex, a passionate energy. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, so there is something here about online energy, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, Facebook, teamwork, 3 people financially involved with each other, a project, a collaboration, something that makes you feel very stable. Okay, so let's head into the second half of June for Gemini. Now, this is when the birthday energy, the first house energy is kind of letting up. We already had the Sagittarius full moon. I think you were very unavailable and kind of aloof. The first 2 weeks of June is what I'm seeing, but stable nonetheless. Get in the bag, you know. There could have been an earth sign, a Virgo, that's important, an Aquarius, a Cancer. That's just what I'm getting. But all minor arcana, nothing major happening the first 2 weeks of June, huh? So let's move into the second half of June 2020 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. How does June end? So how'd they enter the second? Okay, with anxiety, of course. You know, this doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of sleepless nights. The second half of June, this is your energy as a Gemini. Aquarius and Libra as well, but maybe this has to do with some of those overwhelming options. Let's go back to this card. Let's go back to how you enter June. How you enter a month is very important because it's vibrations, it's energy, right? So just a little bit more about the Seven of Cups. We talked about choices. We talked about how each of these options can initiate a different emotion, and you don't have time to sit and like kind of test drive them all out. So you just got to kind of take a shot in the dark. This entered into some kind of mental conflict and argument maybe. But you have anxiety and sleepless nights, maybe even nightmares. This is a nightmare combination here. This is a subconscious realm. I mean, this person is silhouetted. They're in a different realm. They're very shocked about some of these options. But you have options in June. June was about options coming in. Options you weren't willing to fight for because they're emotionally unsatisfying. Maybe some of you have an option to be single. So there is a missed opportunity here, or rejection. I didn't mention rejection with this card. Okay, but someone here, you or someone you're dealing with is rejected because they're not single. There's a single rejection energy here. Someone wants to be single, so they're not really open to offers. You have a lot of options, but it's like, what is this mental conflict? Anyways, Gemini, yeah, this is nightmares, sleepless nights, psychic attack, mental anxiety. Just the thoughts you have on your mind at the end of June before bed are really important. You might find yourself hard to sleep or getting woken up by thoughts, headaches, just mental turmoil. It might have something to do with a marriage, a commitment, a home environment, or a celebration that's coming up. Okay, because we have the Four of Wands. Definitely some kind of commitment or marriage or home environment that is linked to anxiety. If you don't have a marriage or a commitment, then maybe the fact that you don't have one is giving you anxiety. How is home, commitment, celebration? How is your home keeping you up? Are you not comfortable at home, Gemini? Is someone getting married or something like that and you're anxious? Let's continue. I know as you enter the second half of June 2020, there's some anxiety. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is about some kind of work, some kind of project. We got Virgo here now. A lot of minor arcana, Gemini. It's interesting. Minor, minor, minor. I see no majors yet. Bottom of the deck for the Eight of Pentacles. So there is some kind of movement when it comes to a project. I don't know if you guys have anxiety about your job, or if you're up and your sleep schedule for work is what fucks you, because we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, someone here works third shift for sure. Like, they don't sleep at nighttime. And when they do sleep, it's hard for them to sleep because they have anxiety about more work that needs to be done. I don't know if there's any conflict with co-workers, because we did have the Three of Pentacles. Now, online arguments, Gemini, especially during the first half, careful, because there's so much going on. I mean, I know you Geminis are probably loving the duality of all the controversy, because I'm telling you, your energy is kind of controversial. It's light and dark. It's the twins. It's polar opposite energies. So the crowd that says yes and the crowd that says no come together in Gemini season to argue and stuff like that, especially when Mercury's retrograde. So just keep that in mind. I see there's something you're working on. I don't know if you got in an argument with someone at the beginning of June, so now you're working on it alone. You're really anxious about how you're going to get all this done, but there's going to be movement, maybe even travel by airplane or just some kind of travel in car. This is long distance travel. Messaging online. I think some of you guys are involved in online work. Now, I know that is a thing that has happened a lot over the pandemic in the past couple months. A lot of us work from home. But the Three of Pentacles that we got here, yeah, there was a project that you had. Some of you are going to resonate with this. There was a project with at least 3 people. You and 2 other people, or you and 3 other people. So a group of 4 or 3. Just whoever. It could be more, it could be less. I don't know. But it's a project you were working on that you'd rather work alone. Okay? Because I see you working alone at the end of June, and like there's some kind of message about this. We have the Nine of Cups. It's fulfilling. There is a very fulfilling message, maybe about work. Let's see how you end June, Gemini. Give me the last couple of days for June 2020 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if this isn't about work, you guys are really anxious about how something, like, what do I have to do to make this all work out, to end this mental conflict and confusion? Okay, maybe this has to do with rejection or a missed opportunity or something. I'm not sure. Maybe you're rejecting something at the beginning of June until you're the Nine of Pentacles, until you're single and independent. So give me the end of June 2020 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. End of June. Now we have the Magician, Major Arcana coming out. And what a Major Arcana to show up for you. One of the only ones on the table. It is your ruling card. Mercury energy. Mercury is so important for you exiting June, entering July. It is retrograde, so it is a deep time to reflect on what you've missed, what you feel about rejection and missed opportunities. It's definitely a great time to manifest something in regards to a missed opportunity. Okay, a lot of communication. I feel a lot of missed text messages here with Mercury and the Four of Cups, like unsatisfied, bored, like someone here. Also, those of you out there who are into magic and stuff like that, you might be manifesting something, if I didn't mention that, or doing some kind of ritual or magic. It's very potent time for that, as we just went through the solstice this month, and we went through an eclipse that I didn't even mention yet, but we did have an eclipse in Cancer. So yeah, there's definitely something manifesting here. Now this is about knowing you have all the resources coming into July. Okay, the Magician comes out for people who have a little bit of everything. They've got the ingredients and the recipe for something. Okay, it's just about believing in yourself to put it together. But is there a missed opportunity linked somehow to this Magician? Do you feel like some of you are waiting for something to manifest, and the fact that it hasn't manifested, you feel rejected? But please know that there's retrograde. You gotta wait. Venus is coming out of retrograde around this point. So yeah, let me get the last card. We got the Five of Pentacles. So I really have to go on this quick spiel for those of you listening, for Gemini specifically. You know why? Because the end of June for you heads into your second house of resources and finances, specifically Gemini rising. Please watch for your rising sign. It'll resonate way more on a house perspective. Geminis are going through second house energy at the end of June. You go through first house energy with your birthday, so you go through second, and then you'll go through third house in July, and fourth house, and so forth. That's how astrology works. So resources and values and money and possessions are going to be extremely important to you, and they're going to be even more important throughout the next 6 months, because you had an eclipse in your second house, Gemini. So needless to say, there may be things you don't feel like you have enough of. It might be kind of unpredictable. You might even feel like you're financially going without, or conflict. But come on now, you have the Nine of Pentacles here. So there's a potential here for stability. Was it rejected? Was it missed? I'm not sure. But the Nine of Pentacles is the vibe that you guys tapped into or was available at the beginning, first half of June. But then you go into your second house and there's some anxiety about money. How it's like all of a sudden you know all the effort you're gonna have to put in, and you think about that. It's like there's no time to sleep. I can't sleep when I know that certain things need to be moved, or certain things need to be done or bought or sold, or But either way, someone's hard work is manifesting. And I have to say, with the Magician and the Five of Pentacles, you have all the resources you need. I don't care if you have $20. If you have $20, a heart, a thought, and something to express, you're the Magician. Already. You have the 4 elements. So don't let the physical realm of chaos, and I know it's easier said than done, guys. Someone here is going through abandonment. They feel like they're left out in the cold or alone or disappointed. You might need to ask for help. Loss of a home, loss of a job. But look, we go right to the 6 of Pentacles. This is balancing out. Somebody is going to give you something. Someone's going to donate a bunch. Someone is going to help. If you don't have, whatever you don't have a home, someone in a have position is going to help the have-nots. This may be you helping someone who's unemployed, Gemini. So let's get the very last day of June. You know, June 29th, 30th. Like, how does Gemini end June 2020? With fast forward movement, with travel, with texting, with messaging. Yeah, this doesn't look like Mercury's retrograde for you, but you're ruled by Mercury, Gemini, so it makes sense that you're ruling planet. There's something that you do quickly. This is fast forward movement. I don't know if there's a message about financial independence to consider. Someone messaged you that they're single. If you missed an opportunity with someone, or if they missed an opportunity with you because someone wasn't single in the situation, it's changing at the end of June. That's what's been manifesting. Someone's been working really hard here throughout the conflict and confusion and anxiety. They still kept a positive mindset. That's all this is in a logical sense. I can be spiritual and say, oh, this person's this. The only thing someone did here is they kept a positive mindset. Like, it's going to be okay. And so they're moving forward. I love to see you guys moving fast. And there's, again, this focus energy. There's a text message that comes in, or an email, or communication, word of mouth, whatever. It's just some kind of communication here. With the Mercury card and the 8 of Wands. There is a message here about waiting for Mercury to go back direct next month, but I'm telling you, there's going to be the initial launch of something here. Bottom of the deck for your whole reading, Gemini, is the 3 of Cups, because there is a celebration going on this month for you. Hopefully you guys got together with a few friends and partied. I know these people aren't 6 feet apart, but it's okay. All right, they're turning up. This is gossip as well. Gossip is important for your underlying energy with these communication. Now, the things you weren't saying, or the things people weren't saying because of being overwhelmed at the beginning of June, the missed opportunities because of that. There's other opportunities for communication here. Your friends are really important. There's 3 friends here. This is feminine energy. Okay. 11. There's a younger earth sign. If you have a friend with a child, that might be important. One of your friends, there might be an apology or some kind of investment. I'm telling you, I did feel an energy here of a collaboration. Maybe there was an old collaboration that you had, something you do to make money with someone else, or your co-workers or something here, Gemini. To where there's something here that you want to do on your own, maybe with the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. Because I see that your friends have something to offer you here. You're offering your friends something. If you have any Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn friends, or Sagittarius friends, Aries, Leo, they're really important. Now, there is passionate messages coming here. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. So there's new sparks, very emotionally fulfilling. Yeah, and I see the Knight of Cups next. So you've got fire signs and water signs, Pisces and Sag, specifically, that's Jupiter. But if you can see what's happening here on the underlying energy of your June, a lot of quick, passionate messages coming in. Okay, a lot of them are from the past. You have something from your past is holding you back. There's a difficult decision. I don't know if someone has children here. But with the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, there's definitely someone coming back from the past. And that's that Venus retrograde shadow period energy. But it's sex. There might just be sex here, but I'm telling you, there's also emotional fulfillment. Some of you were out there wishing for this. You know, I don't know if it's consistent or not, but we do have some love and passion coming in with the Knight of Wands and all that 6 of Cups and all of that. But here's the 3 bottom cards for you. The Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. To me, this is like the 3 of Pentacles. There's 2 people here, a mother and child. I don't know, there's an apology here to an earth sign that might be important, but it's friends, it's money. Yeah, there's definitely a Sag, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here. A younger earth sign, money that involves children, but your whole reading is the 3 of Cups. So hopefully, now that we're looking back on June, hopefully there was gatherings and there was, you know, gossip and socializing is a better way to put it in this June. You know, people coming together emotionally at the end of June for Cancer season. maybe even apologies and reconciliations, okay, regardless of sign. This is definitely someone who maybe even reconciling with a younger child or earth sign, okay, coming together and joining together with if three people were to get together with the Page of Pentacles, if there's 3 pages of Pentacles, they all have something to invest in the situation. So that's for those of you out there with co-workers and projects and collaborations with people. But in closing, Gemini, I just want to say, I know there was a lot of emotion. You know, you are the North Node now. There's a lot of options now that you went through solar return, most of you. There were important arguments and missed opportunities. There are important emotion of rejection coming up, especially rejection in people, not just at the beginning of June, but I'm seeing a scenario here where you're not able to speak, Gemini. Pardon the fireworks, it's almost the 4th. But yeah, there may have been some rejection here. Yeah, something popped off for that to be a synchronicity right there. This is about someone you weren't able to speak with at the beginning of June. You feeling rejected, like your truth was rejected. And that's not good, because Gemini, you are the truth, you are the facts, your season is that. But I see this was someone who, you know, might have came back to talk to you and you rejected them because you're single now, or you're just independent, like, nah, I'm good, I don't want to collab, I'm good on that. So that's that. And then some anxiety about work and effort, because again, this is 2nd house resource energy. I'm going to point out here, before I let you go, the only major arcana you have for June is the Magician. And I feel like that is symbolic to let me know that the major things that are happening are in your mind. Forget the L's, forget the losses. You know, what do they say? Cut your wins and your losses. Like, you win some, you lose some, but mentally you will prevail. I might even name that video if I remember that. You win some, you lose some, but mentally you prevail. Mercury retrograde is going to really teach you guys some things at the beginning of July as well. But how in June was all of this in some way brought these 3 people together, or brought you together with friends, or allowed you to celebrate, allowed you to make investments with people, or see value in 3 women that you didn't before? So I'll let you guys piece the rest together. That is what I have for you as far as June. Again, I want to say for the Gemini suns, happy birthday, you guys. You have made it through another solar year. It's a great time of rebirth for you all. And 1st house energy for the Gemini moons and suns. Thank you to the cross watchers that watched too. And basically, I just want to say, if you liked this reading and you resonated with this reading, I do offer personal readings. So just look at my description box, find everything you need, email me, let's talk, we'll get it set up. I appreciate all your likes, subscribes, and other than that, yeah guys, hopefully you had a great June, and I will talk to you guys again in July. Bye.